What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from my big NHL show. To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on. 7 p.m. Eastern, Florida Panthers at Columbus Blue Jackets. I was on the Jackets -1. I've had no luck at all with getting that empty net goal this year. And those bounces will come. Those of you who followed me for a few years, you've seen the giant nights I have. My teams are missing empty nets, and I mean empty nets with no goalie in them. And in this particular situation, Patrick Hornqvist, who's a gritty player, who gives this Panthers team something they've been missing, heart, scored with 3 seconds left to take it to overtime, take it to a shootout, and I lose. Those bounces are going to come back to me. Columbus opens up at -120. They're not there anymore. They're between -112 and -116. I got them at -115 as part of my -115 on the money line, plus 215 on the puck line. I got a Blue Jacket squad at plus 147. We're a nationwide arena in Columbus, Ohio. Those of you looking at totals, which I have stayed off at this point, but as we talk these games through, there may be an addition. We are sitting at a 5.5, a juice to the over. If you believe in the Panthers to win this game, then the over is a very nice spot that you can take with it. If you believe in the Jackets to win this game, maybe you want to look at the under. Elvis is in net for the Jackets. I expect him to be in goal. That has not been decided yet, but I expect him to go. Korpisalo played on Tuesday. I expect him to go back to Elvis. He's 1-1-1, 3.34 goals against average, .891 save percentage. He hasn't been very good. Bobrovsky's on the other side. He's sitting 2-0, and he's not looked good. 3.33 goals against average, .879 save percentage. That's a terrible contract that they have to deal with for years and years and years. The Panthers' power play is always very strong. You got Barkov and Huberdeau and Ekblad back there. 27.3% power play. It's not even Ekblad. I shouldn't even use him. He's not. Let's say Yandel back there. I mean, Yandel's the only reason why he still has a job is because what he can do on the power play. And then 72.7% penalty killing. The Jackets' power play has been terrible. And, Torts, who's such an asshole, is pointing fingers and being the dick that he is, driving players out of the very difficult coach to play for. But right now, Werenski and Seth Jones aren't stepping up. And they're supposed to be the number one defensive pairing in the NHL, and I still expect them to be. And as soon as they do, this team will start rolling. And as soon as they do, you won't see a 5.3% power play, especially with Atkinson. Atkinson finally got off the schneid, got his first goal of the season. Their penalty killing is always good, 87.5%. We'll start with the Panthers. As I said, Hornqvist goal with 3 seconds left. Then Horny went ahead and won the shootout. I just don't feel like this Panthers team is bet on. I always liked their top 6 forwards. And say what you want about Hoffman's character. And maybe you don't want him in the dressing room. That's valid. But he is a sniper. And he helps on the power play. And then Vincent Trocheck, who's now gone as well, is a very accountable defensive center who can score, who can play in the dirty areas. Now, he hasn't looked great on the Hurricanes. I don't know why that is, and I expect him to. But you take Trocheck and Hoffman off of this top 6 forwards, it's a much weaker group. Their defensive Corsi rankings rate their number one defensive pair of Weegar and Ekblad as the 20th rated in the league, and the second pairing of Gudas and Anton Strawman as the second worst number 2 unit in the NHL. These things will catch up to them. Maybe I shouldn't be back in the Columbus Blue Jackets until Patrick Laine returns. And that's a valid possibility. But I expect Werenski and Jones to step up. I expect Cam Atkinson to – now, that goal he scored was shorthanded. I would much prefer if he got off the schneid in a beautiful 2-on-1 with Max Domi so they could both get a little confidence. I simply see this as an underachieving team that's already in desperation mode, that needs to win. And that Jenner, Texier, Bjorkstrand line, their second line, I love. If they could get a first line that rolls, then they have a decent top. Now, I don't think you can play Laine, Atkinson. In fact, you can't play Laine, Atkinson, and Domi all together. You need some toughness, and that's why they have Foligno up with them. So I'm not entirely sure, but I say leave that second line the way it is. I really like it. I'm on the Jackets -1 at +147. And that under 5.5 does somewhat appeal to me. And it actually opened the under 5.5 at +110, and that's probably when to take it on a nice plus line. Again, the Blue Jackets correlate with the under, but I'm going to keep things pretty simple here. I'm not in a point where I can take risks really right now. I need to only bet the things I'm very confident in. I'm taking these Jackets -1 at +147.